Hello everyone, it's Goddess Fumi. I'm making this video because lately I've been studying the feminine divine energy. I think it's very important to have these conversations and talk about the feminine energy. The feminine energy has been suppressed for so long, and it's about time that we start waking up, understanding who it is that we are, our purpose, her story, our contributions to this earth. Just start appreciating the feminine energy. Now, first, I want to just start by saying in each and every one of us, there's a divine presence of masculine and feminine energy. But what I'm talking about is, those spirits who, like me, chose to come in through a physical form of a woman. It's certain experiences that women, we share, which is, dealing with boobs and sex and children and husbands and family, and it's just certain things that we as women in the physical body of women, we understand and we go through that the men will never understand. I wanted to talk about, the two spirits that everyone, one I know everyone knows of, which is the spirit of Eve. And I know a lot of you guys don't look at it as a spirit, but when you read the Bible from an alchemist perspective, you start to see things a little bit different than just reading it, for what the words say on paper. The story of Adam and Eve. Before Eve, there was Lilith. And it was a bunch of text that was taken out of the Bible. And you can find these certain texts, in the Sumerian texts, Babylonian texts, ancient Egypt texts, where they speak of the first woman to be a woman named Lilith. Now, the reason why Adam and Lilith did not work out is because they were both born from the earth, same time. And of course, the man's natural it's a natural form of low vibration for a man to be and to live on his ego. Story says that Adam wanted Lilith to submit to him. Some stories say that it was in a form of, I want you to lay on your back and allow me to be on top to have sex. But Lilith was not going for that, okay? Lilith said, no, I want to be on top. Of course, I wasn't there. This is just a story. I'm putting it in my own little words so that you guys can understand, okay? So Lilith is like, I'm not going to be down on my back. I want to get on top. I'm not going to submit to you. We're both created equal. They said that, she got up. She was like, I'm not having it. And she called out the name of the Hebrew God. Now, once she did this was supposed to have her fly up towards heaven. And, it was said that she came back to the Garden of Eden. God gave her another chance, but at this point, she was already, just rebellious and did not want to submit. God gave Adam another wife, which was taken from his rib, and this was supposed to be Eve. Now, when you look at the two differences of these women and you look at society and how this world is basically created, patriarch society, you see how they would assume that just because a woman, does not want to lie on her back, does not want to submit. She understands that we were created at the same time. She understands that we're created equal. And she's basically independent and she wants her equality. These religious leaders and, the people responsible for forming Christianity and Islam and these religions would make her out to be a demon. They said that she came back and she was hurting Eve's children and demonizing them and raping little boys and just doing all this stuff, right? And I, using my third eye, I say, well, of course you would say that. Just like they do with witches. They try to make whatever they can't control, they try to make it out as evil, and they try to scare the public so that, they basically can demonize them. So Eve, of course, even though she was tempted, now they saying that the serpent is the spirit of Lilith who came in and was like, yo, I can tell you this is what you ain't got to do all that. Let me teach you what this knowledge is. Let me give you some wisdom, little sis. That's when, the fall of man, when now when women ate the apple, that story, right? Now, I'm looking at it again from an alchemist point of view, and this is what I'm seeing how they would try to make Eve as, the mother of man by because she came from the rib. So now she has to submit to her man. You see this all in Genesis, where they're telling you got to submit to your man. Painful births and, you know, just all the sins that came from knowing that knowledge, from eating from the tree of knowledge, right? It's easier for society to accept a woman who was weak-minded, tricked by the devil, caused to sin because she ate from this apple, or this knowledge. And then also, she went back and gave the apple to her husband. So it's more acceptable for a woman to be weak and do some shit like that than it is for a woman to say, nah, baby, I don't want to get on my back. I want to get on top of you. Let me ride you. Okay? And this is what this society that we live in. They always try to suppress the feminine energy. And I just wanted to bring up that story because I feel like a lot of women, we're so stuck in this Eve spirit where we feel we have to be submissive to our men. We feel we have to, you know, live a certain way. We got to wake up in the morning and put on makeup, and we got to wear these nice tight dresses or whatever, you know, whatever society, because each woman in each society has different set of values. You know, a woman in Nigeria carries herself completely different than a woman in America or a woman in Iraq, you know. So every woman has their own different beliefs or forced conceptions on what feminine energy is. This video, I really want to take some time out to, you know, just help anyone. If you really need help in learning how to put that divine feminine up out of you, learn how to recognize it, learn how to love it, then this video is for you. Although we are all collectively one spirit, we have to understand and use our mind and our eyes to see that clearly we are all separated for a reason. We're all separated into physical bodies for a reason. Now, I believe that we're all separated in these physical bodies to have these different experiences. Right now, the Spirit of Goddess is using me in this physical body to live a life of however I've been living, the things that I've learned, the things that I've been through, you know, things that I will accomplish. The divine God is using my sons to live the experience that they are living and gonna live. I think we need to understand that it is a time to step back, okay, and focus on ourselves. What do the divine feminine energy mean to me? I love the fact that I have nice curvy body. I love, like, I can just sit here and just rub on my body. Sometimes I just love it so much. And, you know, some women really do not like their curvy bodies. They do not like their boobs. They do not like the fact that they have this physical body. There's a lot of women that don't like wearing makeup. I love when my hair is flowing long, and I love when I wear, you know, when I get my hair done and I put on some makeup. It just makes me feel good. You know, now in the past, it was times where I really felt like I have to wear makeup in order to go out, or I'm not cute enough, or I would have to have weave in order to go to the club, because when I would go out with my natural afro, I just did not feel pretty. So no, I don't wear my hair like this, or I don't put on makeup. I don't wear the long nails because I feel like it's what's going to get me accepted in society, or it's going to make men want me. I do it because it makes me feel good. And we have to understand that each of us have our own different experience in how we want to live, what makes us tick, and what pisses us off, you know? So we all need to figure out what it is that makes us happy. What is the divine feminine in us, you know? Some women are meant to have children. Or some women are meant to be mothers, I would say. Because physically, if you're born with the womb, then clearly that body is, put together to have children. But spiritually, mentally, some women are not meant to be mothers. Some women are not meant to be mothers at that time. So as women, I think we need to learn our cycles. We need to learn our bodies. We need to learn, if our bodies start, like me, I know whenever it rains, I know I have arthritis. Because whenever it starts to rain, my body, my joints, everything hurt. And it's been going on for years, And it's just, I start to learn, okay, my body, when I'm stressed about something, that's when my back and my body tense up a lot more. So I had to learn to meditate. I had to learn to do deep breathing exercises, find things that I enjoy to do so that I'm not so, tense in my muscles and my joints and all that stuff. I had to learn to relax. A part of, just being and being at peace is not rebelling against what society is pushing for you to do, or conforming to what society is pushing you to do. We as women need to learn ourselves, learn the things that we like to do. I remember a time when in my past relationships, always been very submissive. You know, I felt like I didn't know shit when I was in a relationship. Like, I would play like I'm just dumb as fuck. I felt like I needed him. I depended on him for everything. I ate what he liked. I cooked what he liked. I designed my house and everything based on what he liked. I never really had a real orgasm from sex in my past because I didn't know my own body, and I was too scared or afraid to tell him, no, that hurts, or, oh, that don't even feel good, don't even wait. I didn't know how to communicate. My throat chakra was not flowing at all. Having sex because he wanted to. I felt like it would please him. I'm just so much more confident with who I am. I know who I am. I embraced the divine feminine energy. One of the aspects of the divine feminine energy is sensuality. Sensuality, forgiveness, love, wisdom. And I've learned to accept that I'm a wise woman and not be so down on myself and not act like a little Dumbo whenever I get a man. I speak my mind. I used to see my aunts cussing out their men or, having an argument or whatever, and they may get a little too loud. And I used to be like, oh my God, I felt like she was wrong. And it was only because of what society made me feel like, or what I was taught that women were supposed to be like with men. It wasn't because it was right about what they were arguing about. It was because I'm like, she better not talk to him like that, And now I see that men aren't going anywhere. I speak my mind and they love it. Most men don't want a weak, unbalanced woman who don't know who she is and who, I used to lie so much, not because I just was a liar. I used to lie because I was in fear of what people felt about who I really was. Now I'm a more sexual person. Well, I know for sure it's because my sacral chakra now is flowing. I forgave myself for anything I've done in my past, and I made peace with that. I have sex on my own terms, when I want to, how I want to. Of course, I'm not going to sleep with anyone that I don't love. So in the midst of that exchange of energy, I'm going to want to please him also. No, I'm not saying be stingy with your sex. I'm saying be open and honest. Let your man know what it is you like or what you don't like. If he, sucking on your nipple and he might start biting it, be like, babe, that don't feel good. I used to be scared to say that because I didn't want him to feel like he was doing something wrong. I used to be scared to say, okay, when he come, it was like, that's it. And that was cool with me because as long as he was happy, I'm fine. Like, I didn't learn how to have an orgasm until I started learning myself. I think it's important for women to, we should not be off limits to ourselves. You learn how to touch your body, learn what you like, learn what you don't like. Then you can teach someone else how to please you because, again, we're all unique. Just because one girl like her nipples bit on don't mean I do. It's just us just embracing our divine feminine energy, learning who we are, understanding that there's so much her story out there that has been taken out. And I feel like it's all because of, it's all for a reason. We have to build to destroy. We have to, and the earth is going to shift back into perfect harmony and perfect balance. Right now we just been going through a bunch of stuff. Everything is just out of order, out of whack, but the feminine energy is returning, y'all. Now I need all of my fellow sisters. We got to start meeting and greeting, treating each other with respect, even if my way is not your way. I have a lot of sisters. We always get into arguments and bashing and all that stuff. We have to stop that. We have to understand that we're all unique. And what's unique about my feminine energy may not be the same as yours, and that's okay. So if you want to learn anything else about Lilith, her text was found in the Zohar, a book called the Zohar. Also, it was called the Book of Splendor. And you can also Google, YouTube. There's a lot of other resources to find out about Lilith. And I just feel like, you can't always believe what you read, but listen to your spirit. The fact that they say that she rebelled and wanted to be on top, or, it's kind of like just going against their patriarch ideas of how women are supposed to be. And if we just sit back and just allow ourselves to just be and do things because we want to, not because we're taught to, we would really feel the true essence of the feminine energy. Also, a part of connecting and understanding the divine energy is making peace with your mom. you know, we need to make peace with our moms. And trust me, that's something that I'm working on now. I really have to learn to understand that I am not my mother. You know, the things that she's done is because of her own issues, and she still brought me into this world. I love her. I learned to forgive her. Well, I'm learning to forgive her. My mom is still, you know, one of my little, she like my baby, but she's still like my goddess, you know, because I see her pain and I see the things that she's been through. And it helps me understand, you know, just me being a mom myself, and how none of us are perfect. And, you know, I'm always love her. And, you know, I pray that she gets to a place where she's at peace herself. But, you know, in order for us as women to understand and connect with the divine goddess, we have to make peace with our mother, forgive her, try to understand her. You know, even if you guys aren't in each other's life anymore, you don't have to physically make amends or put her in your life, but you have to get to a place of, you know, understanding, and get to a place of forgiveness. Things are just, it's going good. The more I learn myself, the more I just do what works for me, the more I manifest what I want, the more I think about what I want, the more I study, the more I take steps to bettering my life. I swear, the happier I'm becoming. And it's a beautiful thing, you know. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you understand it. I'll probably make another one, because I know I'll just start rambling on and all over the place as usual. But make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and the name is Be Divine Minded, BEDIVINEMINDED. Yeah, did I spell that right? Okay, I hope I did that right. But yeah, Be Divine Minded on Instagram and Facebook. BeDivineMinded.com is my website. Make sure you guys look at my website. I write blogs on there. I have YouTube videos. I have, you know, a big, wonderful trip to Africa package coming soon. I promise you guys. I'm just so excited about life right now. And yeah, so I love you all. Please make sure that you share this video and learn to love yourselves. Write a journal. Get a journal. Write in it every day and look back at it every year. You'll be so surprised at your growth. Love you. Be divine minded.